Good afternoon. Welcome to our program on nutrition and healing. I'm Zakaria Azar, your host. Hopefully you guys are doing well. We're taking a little new turn on this show. It's going to be called Nutrition and Healing. And we wanted to do a quick introductory session today to let you know what kind of things we'll be covering and what kind of topics we'll discuss. We hope that it'll be beneficial to you and your families, and that you can share these broadcasts with others as well. Nutrition and healing are broad subjects that we picked, and the reason why I picked them was because these two things are very essential to our well-being in our lives moving forward. So number one, the reason why we picked nutrition is because it's very important what we eat and what we put on our bodies, and for us to know the content of these things that we're eating and the characteristics of these foods, supplements, different vegetables, different remedies that we might have for different common maladies that we have on our daily lives. So we want to go through some of these things in a very methodical way. And then the healing part is obviously related to our health. We're always looking for a way to be healthy and to enhance our health and to live life in an optimal fashion so that we have optimal health. So these two, we put them together and they're sort of the yin and the yang. Without nutrition, you can't have good healing, and without good healing, it indicates bad nutrition. So they're both two sides of an equation where we're going to try to balance them out and try to bring to you various topics and various items and things that you might not be aware of, so that we can highlight them so that you could utilize them for better nutrition and for better healing moving on with your lives. And we'll focus on several different areas. Of course, first we're going to start with food itself, and let thy medicine be thy food, which is very important. The types of food and what we eat and what we consume has a direct relationship on the characteristics of the lifestyle that we lead. And it also helps us decipher what types of risks and what types of mitigation we have towards what we put into our mouth, and the effect that has on our health in general, whether it's our gut health, whether it's our immune system, whether it's our defense factors in our body and how they increase our vitality and our well-being and our longevity. There are a lot of places in the world today that many people don't suffer from all these illnesses that we have here in the Western world. And we want to research those areas and see what those people put in their bodies and what they consume, that they get these better outcomes in their lives in terms of, number one, longevity, living longer; number two, quality of life; number three, the offspring that they have less genetic diseases, less pathologies. We want to analyze those things and see what it is that these people do in terms of their nutrition and lifestyle that leads to their optimal, balanced, healthy bodies and life. So we want to focus on that and take a proactive approach to nutrition and healing. And of course, we want to make the disclaimer that this is just a program that gives you advice on these subjects. If you yourself or a family member or anyone watching has any specific condition, we advise you and we encourage you to go to your doctor or to your healthcare practitioner and discuss it so that they can have a customized approach to your problem and to your health issues. This program is not a substitute for any health advice or any medical doctor visit or any medical advice. This is not intended for that purpose. So we want you to be clear about that. This is just informational so that you get educated on the many things that are out there in terms of nutritional supplements and also healing factors and healing herbs and things like that we're going to go through, and we'll discuss it based on the body and what it benefits, and what benefits the body and what harms it. So we'll have this approach to it. But again, if you have anything specific that you have an ailment, we want you to go to your specific doctor, go to your healthcare practitioner, and discuss that with them. This show is not intended for that purpose. We're just giving you information. We're going to cover a plethora of nutritional facts and nutritional guidelines, but these are just for the general population to become aware and educated about. That's the whole purpose of Nutrition and Healing and this program. And me being your host, I will try to get you the latest and greatest information that we can. But this is all that this is. This is information which will increase your knowledge. But if you wanted yourself to do anything particular, we advise you to go to your healthcare practitioner, discuss it with them, and then they'll make a plan for you. So that's we wanted to get that out of the way so that everyone understands that. So again, nutrition and healing, the yin and the yang, they're both part of one block. And what we want to do is we want to highlight some of the things in the Western world that are plaguing us right now, right? Number one, it's heart disease. Heart disease is a big issue. Number two, cancer. Cancer is another big issue that's prevalent. You always hear about people having heart disease, cancer, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all these things. And then on the other side of it, we have the nutritional deficiencies. People are vitamin D deficient. People are vitamins in general deficient. They don't get trace elements. They don't get their amino acids and proteins. They're deficient in general. They don't get enough iron. They don't get enough green vegetables. They don't get enough soluble fiber in their diet. So these are all issues that we have and we live with in a daily setting. We hear news articles about it. And what we want to do is kind of get to the bottom of this and see why it is that these things are happening, and not only in our lives, but on our offsprings and on our mothers and fathers and grandparents. We have a growing aging population, and amongst those, that aging population, whether it's our parents or aunts and uncles or elder friends, we see the onset of dementia, we see cognitive decline, we see a lot of ALS, a lot of nervous system problems. We see pathology in terms of their speech and forgetfulness. These things are becoming more rampant, and for men we see a lot of prostate issues. Prostate and bladder control have been big issues for men and women now as they get older. And what we want to do is, on the nutritional level, see what's there that can ease this problem and make it a little bit easier to live with, and decrease the symptomology that they might have. So we'll be going through a systematic approach to all these, with all these remedies and all these nutritional, what I like to call them nutritional gems, where we might not be aware of a specific benefit of something that we're eating, and maybe we could increase it and help us have clarity in different areas of our health. So these are the things that we'll discuss in terms of nutrition and health. We're gonna divide it sort of in three areas. We're gonna have cognitive and brain health, which includes everything that can go wrong and everything that can benefit nutritionally the brain and the cognitive system. And then we're going to have the joints and the muscles and everything that keeps you moving and keeps you with that vitality, keeps you alive and keeps you moving through life every day. So we're going to have those types of nutritional benefits from different things that we can intake. So things that'll help you in terms of your joint health and your muscle health, and keep your muscles young, keep your joints fluidity and lubricated and nice, so you don't have to have arthritic conditions and painful joints and painful moving around. And then the neurocognitive also is another part of it, with autoimmune things that have caused the body to attack itself. So then we'll address nutritional deficiencies or nutritional solutions to these kind of issues, where we'll go through some, whether it's vegetables or herbs or any type of nutrients that we can muster up and we can discuss to help you in terms of your neurocognitive and fluidity, in terms of what they call nowadays brain plasticity. It's very important that we keep ourselves sharp, and we decrease forgetfulness, and we try to redeem the damage that has been going on in terms of our genetically modified foods that we're taking, our sedentary lifestyles, our different types of maybe environmental chemicals that are there that decrease our experience of having good health. So yeah, we're going to slowly go through all that and through these shows, and we'll divide it up and we'll slowly go through, and then I'd like your input and your comments and your suggestions, and whether or not it's beneficial for everyone, and the information that we give you, we want you to kind of digest it and think about it and pass it on to others, so that we get this awareness. It all starts with cognition, right? Before we can solve a problem, we have to know that the problem exists, and if we realize that the problem exists initially, that's the first step in terms of trying to heal something or go towards healing. So that's the very important thing to do, is identify the problem and then identify the source of that problem, whether it's nutritional, environmental, or lack of a better term, it could be just the time and place we're at, where we have a lot of toxins and we have a lot of polluted foods and nutrients that we're taking, and we need to purify that. So it could be, all these things, or it could be the environmental toxins. Maybe we live near a oil refinery, and that's causing us health problems. And there are studies that show that the closer you live to an oil refinery, the more problems you'll have in terms of maintaining a healthy lifestyle. These things are there, and we'll look into it, and we'll try to get the brain health, body health, and then neurocognitive and behavioral issues that'll come up later, and lifestyle changes that we'll discuss. And these are the things that we want to kind of focus on with our nutrition and healing show, and we'd like you to kind of participate and comment and let us know what you'd like to hear about on that show, on this show. And I think with that, we'd like to end this show, but when we see you next week, we'll have a specific topic that has to do with nutrition and healing, and how both of them play a key role in having us achieve optimal balance in our lives. I thank you for listening today, and we'll get back to you next week, and hopefully you guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you again. Take care.